Azerbaijanis or Azeris, also known as Azerbaijani Turks, are a Turkic ethnic group living mainly in the Iranian Azerbaijan and the independent Republic of Azerbaijan. They are the second most numerous ethnic group among the Turkic peoples after the Anatolian Turks. They are predominantly Shiite Muslims, and have a mixed cultural heritage, including Iranian, Turkic and Caucasian elements. They comprise the largest ethnic group in Republic of Azerbaijan and by far the second largest ethnic group in neighboring Iran. The world's largest number of ethnic Azerbaijanis furthermore live in Iran, followed by the Azerbaijan Republic. Following the Russo-Persian Wars of 1804–13 and 1826–28, the territories of the Iranian Qajar dynasty in the Caucasus were forcefully ceded to the Russian Empire, and the Treaty of Gulistan in 1813 and the Treaty of Turkmenchay in 1828 finalized the borders between the Russian Empire and Qajar Iran. The areas to the north of the river Aras, including the territory of the contemporary Republic of Azerbaijan, were Iranian territory until they were occupied by Russia over the course of the 19th century. The Russo-Persian Wars of the 19th century settled the modern-day boundary of Iran, stripping it of all its Caucasian territories and incorporating them into the Russian Empire. The eventual formation of the Azerbaijan Democratic Republic in 1918 established the territory of modern Azerbaijan. As a direct result of Qajar Iran's forced ceding to Russia, the Azerbaijanis are nowadays parted between two nations, Iran and Azerbaijan. Despite living on two sides of an international border, the Azeris form a single ethnic group. However, northerners and southerners differ due to nearly 2 centuries of separate social evolution of Iranian Azerbaijanis and those in the Russian, Soviet-influenced Azerbaijan SSR. The Azerbaijani language unifies Azeris and is mutually intelligible with Turkmen, Kashkai, Gagauz, Turkish, and the dialects spoken by Iraqi Turkmens, all of which are Oghuz languages belonging to the Turkic family. History of Azerbaijan. Azerbaijan is believed to be named after Atropates, a Persian satrap who ruled in Atropatene circa 321 BC. The name Atropates is the Hellenistic form of Atapesh, which means guardian of fire, itself a compound of Achor in New Persian, plus Pat in New Persian. Present-day name Azerbaijan is the Arabicized form of Azerbaijan. The latter is derived from Ardabad Agan, itself ultimately from Atur Patak Khan, meaning the land associated with Atapesh. Ancient residents of the area spoke the ancient Azari language, which belonged to the Iranian branch of the Indo-European languages. In the 11th century AD, with Seljuk conquests, Oghuz Turkic tribes started moving across the Iranian plateau into the Caucasus and Anatolia. The influx of the Oghuz and other Turkmen tribes was further accentuated by the Mongol invasion. Here, the Oghuz tribes divided into various smaller groups, some of whom, mostly Sunni, moved to Anatolia and became settled, while others remained in the Caucasus region and later, due to the influence of the Safaviya, eventually converted to the Shia branch of Islam. The latter were to keep the name Turkmen or Turkoman for a long time. From the 13th century onwards, they gradually Turkified the Iranian-speaking populations of Azerbaijan, both the contemporary Republic and Iranian Azerbaijan, thus creating a new identity based on Shia and the use of Oghuz Turkic. Today, this Turkic-speaking population is known as Azerbaijani. Ancient period Caucasian-speaking Albanian tribes are believed to be the earliest inhabitants of the region where the modern-day Republic of Azerbaijan is located. Early Iranian settlements included the Scythians in the 9th century BC. Following the Scythians, the Medes came to dominate the area to the south of the Aras River. Ancient Iranian people of the Medes forged a vast empire between 900 and 700 BC, which the Achaemenids integrated into their own empire around 550 BC. During this period, Zoroastrianism spread in the Caucasus and in Atropatene. Alexander the Great defeated the Achaemenids in 330 BC, but allowed the Medians of Trapatropates to remain in power. Following the decline of the Seleucids in Persia in 247 BC, an Armenian kingdom exercised control over parts of Caucasian Albania. Caucasian Albanians established a kingdom in the 1st century BC and largely remained independent until the Persian Sassanids made their kingdom a vassal state in 252 AD. Caucasian Albania's ruler, King Urnere, went to Armenia and then officially adopted Christianity as the state religion in the 4th century AD, and Albania remained a Christian state until the 8th century. Sassanid control ended with their defeat by Muslim Arabs in 642 AD, through the Muslim conquest of Persia. Medieval period Muslim Arabs defeated the Sassanids and Byzantines as they marched into the Caucasus region. The Arabs made Caucasian Albania a vassal state after the Christian resistance, led by Prince Javanshir, surrendered in 667. Between the 9th and 10th centuries, Arab authors began to refer to the region between the Kara and Aras rivers as Aran. During this time, Arabs from Basra and Kufa came to Azerbaijan and seized lands that indigenous peoples had abandoned. The Arabs became a land-owning elite. Conversion to Islam was slow as local resistance persisted for centuries and resentment grew as small groups of Arabs began migrating to cities such as Tabriz and Maraha. This influx sparked a major rebellion in Iranian Azerbaijan from 816 to 837, led by a local Zoroastrian commoner named Babuk. However, despite pockets of continued resistance, the majority of the inhabitants of Azerbaijan converted to Islam. Later, in the 10th and 11th centuries, parts of Azerbaijan were ruled by the Kurdish dynasties of Shaddadid and Rawadid. In the middle of the 11th century, the Seljuk dynasty overthrew Arab rule and established an empire that encompassed most of Southwest Asia. The Seljuk period marked the influx of Oghuz nomads into the region, who are considered to be the founding stock of modern Azeri people. The emerging Turkic identity was chronicled in epic poems or dastans, the oldest being the Book of Dede Korkut, which relate allegorical tales about the early Turks in the Caucasus and Asia Minor. Turkic dominion was interrupted by the Mongols in 1227, but it returned with the Timurids and then Sunni Karakoyunlu and Akukoyunlu, who dominated Azerbaijan, large parts of Iran, eastern Anatolia, and other minor parts of West Asia, until the Shia Safavids took power in 1501. Early modern period. See also Safavid conversion of Iran and Azerbaijan to Shia Islam. The Safavids, who rose from around Ardabil in Iranian Azerbaijan and lasted until 1722, established the foundations of the modern Iranian state. The Safavids, alongside their Ottoman arch-rivals, dominated the entire West Asian region and beyond for centuries. At its peak under Shah Abbas the Great, it surpassed its political and ideological arch-rival, the Ottoman Empire, in military strength. Noted for achievements in state-building, architecture, and the sciences, the Safavid state crumbled due to internal decay. Century-long frequent Ottoman Safavid wars, ethnic minority uprisings, external pressures from the Russians, and the eventually opportunistic Afghans, who would mark the end of the dynasty. The Safavids encouraged and spread Shia Islam, as well as the arts and culture, and Shah Abbas the Great created an intellectual atmosphere that, according to some scholars, was a new, golden age. He reformed the government and the military, and responded to the needs of the common people. Due to the Safavids, which propagated Shia Islam as the state religion throughout their vast domains, Most of the population of nowadays Iran and Azerbaijan identified with Shi'ism by the late Safavid period. The population of both contemporary nations converted to Shi'ism during the same time period in history. After the Safavid state disintegrated, it was followed by the conquest by Nadir Shah Afshar, a Sunni chieftain from Khorasan who reduced the power of the Shia, and, exceptionally noted for his military genius, making Iran reach its greatest extent since the Sassanid Empire. The brief reign of Karim Khan came next, followed by the Qajars, who ruled Azerbaijan and Iran from 1779. Russia loomed as a threat to Iranian and Turkish holdings in the Caucasus in this period. The Russo-Persian Wars, despite already having had minor military conflicts in the 17th century, officially began in the 18th century and ended in the early 19th century with the Treaty of Gulistan of 1813 and the Treaty of Turkmenchay in 1828, which ceded the Caucasian portion of Qajar Iran to the Russian Empire. The area to the north of the river Aras, among which the territory of the contemporary Republic of Azerbaijan, were Iranian territory until they were occupied by Russia in the course of the 19th century. During and after the Russo-Persian Wars, large amounts of Azerbaijanis north of the Aras River migrated to within the new carved borders of Iran to avoid Russian rule, while many were deported to there as well. While Azerbaijanis in Iran integrated into Iranian society, Azerbaijanis who used to live in Iran were incorporated into the Russian Empire. Modern period in Azerbaijan. After the collapse of the Russian Empire during World War I, Azerbaijan, together with Armenia and Georgia, became part of the short-lived Transcaucasian Democratic Federative Republic. This was followed by March Days massacres that took place between March 30 and April 2, 1918 in the city of Baku and adjacent areas of the Baku Governorate of the Russian Empire. When the republic dissolved in May 1918, Azerbaijan declared independence as the Azerbaijan Democratic Republic. The ADR was the first modern parliamentary republic in the Muslim world. Among the important accomplishments of the parliament was the extension of suffrage to women, making Azerbaijan the first Muslim nation to grant women equal political rights with men. Another important accomplishment of ADR was the establishment of Baku State University, which was the first modern-type university founded in Muslim East. By March 1920, it was obvious that Soviet Russia would attack the much-needed Baku. Vladimir Lenin said that the invasion was justified as Soviet Russia could not survive without Baku's oil. Independent Azerbaijan lasted only 23 months until the Bolshevik 11th Soviet Red Army invaded it, establishing the Azerbaijan SSR on April 28, 1920. Although the bulk of the newly formed Azerbaijani army was engaged in putting down an Armenian revolt that had just broken out in Karabakh, Azeris did not surrender their brief independence of 1918-20 quickly or easily. As many as 20,000 Azerbaijani soldiers died resisting what was effectively a Russian reconquest. The brief independence for northern Azerbaijan in 1918-1920 was followed by over 70 years of Soviet rule. After the restoration of independence in October 1991, the Republic of Azerbaijan became embroiled in a war with neighboring Armenia over the Nagorno-Karabakh region. Modern period in Iran. In Iran, Azerbaijanis such as Sattar Khan sought constitutional reform. The Persian constitutional revolution of 1906-11 shook the Qajar dynasty. A parliament was founded on the efforts of the constitutionalists, and pro-democracy newspapers appeared. The last Shah of the Qajar dynasty was soon removed in a military coup led by Reza Khan, in the quest to impose national homogeneity on a country where half of the population were ethnic minorities. Reza Shah banned in quick succession the use of the Azerbaijani language in schools, theatrical performances, religious ceremonies, and books. Upon the dethronement of Reza Shah in September 1941, Soviet forces took control of Iranian Azerbaijan and helped to set up the Azerbaijan People's Government, a client state under the leadership of Saeed Jafar Pesheveri, backed by Soviet Azerbaijan. The Soviet military presence in Iranian Azerbaijan was mainly aimed at securing the Allied supply route during World War II. Concerned with the continued Soviet presence after World War II, the United States and Britain pressured the Soviets to withdraw by late 1946. Immediately thereafter, the Iranian government regained control of Iranian Azerbaijan. According to Professor Gary R. Hess, on December 11, an Iranian force entered Tabriz and the Pesheveri government quickly collapsed. Indeed, the Iranians were enthusiastically welcomed by the people of Azerbaijan, who strongly preferred domination by Tehran rather than Moscow. The Soviet willingness to forego its influence in Azerbaijan probably resulted from several factors, including the realization that the sentiment for autonomy had been exaggerated and that oil concessions remained the more desirable long-term Soviet objective.